Hello, my name is John Melvin O. Lagunilla from BSIT3C BPO, and we will discuss the MSA and SOW of our business, that is boutique hotel. Accommodation. Through this section of accommodation is interpreted in a wide context to include any premises where any of the housekeeping, reception, maintenance, and cleaning services have to be provided on a larger scale than in domestic dwelling. Although not common, the establishment need not necessarily include sleeping accommodation. It may be used by all persons and administer these contracts. That standard describe the minimal acceptable standard for billeting military or civilian DoD personnel. In its simple sense, accommodation is taken to be provision of shelter. That is, four walls and a roof. Four walls and a roof is like a house that you can sleep on. Thus, accommodation management is taken to include first, the provision of accommodation to suit the purpose and needs of the user. For example, we will provide foams, blankets, brush, toothpaste, soap, and many more. Second is the selling, marketing and promoting of accommodation through accommodation products. Third, the care, maintenance, and security of accommodation. And lastly, the care, well-being, satisfaction, and comfort of the accommodation user.
Accommodation products. Accommodation clubs. Guests can apply and join this type of club and obtain discounts on tariffs and perhaps other services as well, such as discounts from certain car hire firms. Example, Best Western's Gold Crown Club, Flag In Club. Frequent guest programs. Each guest visit is recorded, and when a certain number of visits within a chain or group are reached, a benefit, example a free night, can be claimed. Accommodation passes. A certain quantity of accommodation, like night stay, can be purchased in advance, usually at a discount. These passes are usually only valid for a particular period of time, frequently for 12 months. Gift certificates. Some accommodation groups, the Placido Hotel, sell certificates which can be used at any properties within their group. Use of the certificate may be subject to availability at the time of the claim and may not be valid during busy periods. It is important to note that the accommodation industry may classify establishments into two groups according to whether the aim is to make a profit or purely work within the constraints of a budget and maintain a break-even situation. Profit-making establishments such as hotels, restaurants, contract cleaning, and companies. Non-profit making establishments such as provincial hospitals, senior citizens' homes, and students' residences. The role of the accommodation manager. The responsibilities of the accommodation manager will include some or all of the following, or the supervision of other staff member in these specific areas. First is assessing manpower requirements and recruitment and selection of manpower, induction and training of manpower, deployment and scheduling of manpower, supervision of manpower, quality control, inspection of premises, developing standard and methods for performing tasks, increasing productivity, welfare of personnel, hygiene control, pest control, and waste control.
Selection and purchasing of suppliers, cleaning agents, equipment, etc. Selection and purchasing of linens and soft furnishings. Selection and purchasing of all surface, covering, wall covering, furniture, etc. Like stores control, linen control and laundering, cleaning and maintenance of the premises and plants, redecoration and upgrading schemes, capital building projects, interior designs, health safety, fire and security arrangement, care and welfare of the building user, that is the client or personnel. In certain types of establishments, such as hotels or conference centers, and the accommodation manager may also be responsible for office, operations, and conferences. Accommodation management is well-established activity in certain types of operations. Hotels, hospitals, and halls of residence. These all tend to have a well-defined organization structure. The client. It must be remembered that the client, whether identified as a customer, guest, patient, or student, for example, is of the utmost importance because the premises and services are provided for his or her benefit. In some accommodation facilities, for instance, and in a hospital, it is easy to forget that although a service is taking place within the building for each patient, the manager of the accommodation, the hospital, does not usually have direct contact with the individuals staying there. In this example, the primary purpose of the hospital is obviously the care of the patients. The management of the facilities is secondary to that as far as the patients, the service users, are concerned. In short, accommodation managers' role vary considerably depending on the purpose of accommodation. The health, safety, welfare, and comfort of the client are the greatest importance.
Accommodation charges. The tariff may be affected by various things including property location, room location within the complex, room features, property facilities like pool, gyms, and others, guest services, which 24-hour room service and secretarial service. And last, we have dining facilities. Section 1 General 1.1 Scope of work. The contractor shall furnish lodging accommodations for Casa de Placido Boutique Hotel on a rental basis. The performance standard and requirements for the service include the following responsibilities. First is Blanket Purchase Agreement or BPA. It provides single and double occupancy hotel or motel rooms if and when called by the contracting officer is designated representative. Next, we have Requirements Type Contract. It provides reservation for a specified number of rooms and beds for a specific period of time. 1.2 Quality Control. The contractor shall establish and maintain a complete quality control program for the performance requirement of this contract. Section 2 Definitions 2.1 Billeting Office. The office which is responsible for providing off-base accommodations to authorized transient government employees and military personnel. In billeting office or billeting is a lodging for soldiers, students, etc. as a private home or non-military public building. Billeting refers to lodging, which means renting of a short-term dwelling. People who travel and stay away from home from more than a day that needs lodging for sleep, rest, safety shelter for cold temperature or rain, storage of luggage, and access to common household functions. 2.2 Contracting Officer. A person with the authority to enter into administer, or terminate contracts for the United States government and make related determination and findings. Contracting officer is the authorized agent for dealing with contractors and has the sole authority to solicit proposals, negotiate, administer, modify, or terminate contracts, and make related determination and findings. Contracting officer performs duties at the request of Requirements Office for technical advice concerning the supplies and services being acquired. Next, we have designated representative of the contracting officer. The individuals designated in writing to the contractor as being authorized to assign lodging, place calls, and make advance reservation for lodging. The written designation must be issued and executed by the contracting officer. 2.4 Lodging facilities. A hotel, motel, or inn which provides sleeping accommodations to the traveling public.
Section 3. Contractor furnish items. The contractor shall furnish the following. First, rooms. Living space. Single and double occupancy room shall contain adequate net living and sleeping areas. No more than 2 people shall be assigned to a room. Standards. Room shall be constructed and finished to provide good light and sound attenuation. All windows shall be provided with black outlining shades or blinds. If drapes are provided, they must screen out the light. Sufficient electrical outlets shall be available and in good work condition. All entrance doors to rooms shall have interior security locks, either deadbolt or double locking locks. Each room occupancy shall be provided with a room key. Master Service Agreement between Casa de Placido Boutique Hotel. This hotel master services agreement effective on November 28, 2021. This hotel is entered into by a between Casa de Placido Boutique Hotel having a principal place of business or an address at Casa de Placido Boutique Hotel. Independent non-profit organization having a principal place of business at Maramag, Kawayan City, Isabela. Background: the hotel agreed to provide to the guests arrangement for dry cleaning and laundry, purchasing show tickets and making reservations at local restaurants, and other related services upon the terms set out in these terms and conditions. The specific details of such services to be set out agreed between the guests and concierge from time to time. The following principles shall be used to develop the framework for the terms and conditions set forth in this agreement.
1. Hotel operator selection. Understanding the client's objectives, consideration of management option, preparation of binding documents, short list of sustainable option. When selecting an operator, the most sustainable candidate to operate the property, and the discussion of operating model, the basic term and the insensitive, and the last one, documented and structured model for candidate evaluation to ensure objective and an audit trial. 2. Investment service. Feasibilities studies, cash flow modeling, highest and best use analysis, evaluation, sales and marketing exit strategy, execution, alternative real estate. Here's the example of investment service: payment service, replacement service, management service, case management service, investment advisory service. 3. Villa management. Resort style management of second home project, website booking and reservation, and standard operating procedures. First, the responsibilities: screening potential tenants and drafting, signing and renewing lease on behalf of property owners, and collecting rent, and the last one, maintaining properties including landscaping and snow removal. 4. Hotel pre-opening service. Functionality and facilities review, branding and service concept, hotel operation form, and tailored amenities list of organizing chart, and staff positioning, hearing, and training. Here's the following example. Our experts at Boutique Hotel more than happy to facilitate you with the human resources planning to make your hotel grow. And we are keenly dedicated to developing the hiring schedules for our client. And the last one, our experts at Boutique Hotel are focused on developing and implementing labor standards of procedures. 5. Hotel operations review. Tailored monitor of hotel perform inspection and operation analysis, full operational review of each department, recommendation, monthly supervision. Here's an example. Recognize the staff, offer of solution, guest lab complement to, make useful recommendations, invite guests back. Term. The term of this agreement will be from the effective date until terminated as provided. Corporate service. Turnaround service. This is where we undertake to turn around distresses, properties, or abandoned project wanting to restart. We normally do an operations and administrative audit to assess the project status. Therefore, we provide our workout proposal to turn around the business of the hotel. The collecting agreement for employees in the hotel set out the minimum condition to comply with in the sector, including pay, working hours, sick pay, working hours compensation, etc. The conditions are minimum conditions that employer must comply with for all their employees. The agreement by the working hours, etc.
Guys, I am Jamel Anthony Dite Guzman, and I'm here to present our business Boutique Hotel. Scope of services. Conceptual design. What is conceptual design? Conceptual design is an early phase of the design process in which the broad outlines of function and form of something are articulated. It includes the design of interaction, experiences, processes, and strategies. Scope of services. Conceptual design. Our conceptual design is we can provide technical and advisory support, services, and work with the architects. Technical support services, we can assist to review layout drawings of various hotels facilities, including the back house. Interior design, support services. Interior design team's concept and materials used to be in line with the overall product activity and the positioning in the market, and careful consideration must be given of the budget of the most all product properties. Manpower planning and development. Human resources management is the one of the most challenging areas of management given the present attitude of workers in industry. Industry areas of management given the present attitude of workers in industry. Sale and marketing. This is the one of the key areas of management function. We have sound knowledge of mainstream marketing for domestic and overseas marketing. We have huge data in network in various grand and commercial accounts for meetings and outing groups, and good networking with various travel and tour in the country. Financial planning. We can assist in providing necessary budgets, financial project, and cash flow requirements. Our references: Hurston M. and Kin M. 2003 Successful Writing, 5th ed. New York, Norton. Shepton D. 2017 September 29, will Quintville lose its favorite family Quintville time? Martin Shuttleworth May 21, 2008. Example of a report retrieved November 23, 2001 from Explorable